G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about the top 20 most expensive sets in Pokemon history. Now before we get into the list we do have a few quick rules for today. Number one, we're not including any first edition sets, as I think that would be a little bit unfair on all the other Pokemon sets over the last 20 years that haven't had a first edition printing. And number two, we're only talking about raw condition cards, not PSA graded cards. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Coming in at number 20, all the way from EX Ruby and Sapphire, we have Crystal Guardians. Our first set on the list, coming in at number 20, all the way from EX Ruby and Sapphire, we have Crystal Guardians. Crystal Guardians released on the 1st of August in 2006. It has a total set value of $4,052.22 USD, so just over $4,000 US. It has the Alakazam Gold Star, the Charizard Reverse Holo and Holo, as well as some other beautiful support cards as we can see. I'm a huge fan of the Bulbasaur here. I really like the Blastoise with the gold writing. I think that's absolutely lovely. This Blastoise is also really cool. And the Squirtle is just phenomenal. All in all, Crystal Guardians is a banger of a set. Following Crystal Guardians at number 19, we have ourselves EX Emerald, also from EX Ruby and Sapphire, a little bit older, releasing in May 2005. Just a little bit more value this one, $4,091 US. We've got the beautiful Melodic EX, we've got the Deoxys EX and the Rayquaza Reverse Holo, numbering out the top 3 cards in the set. And as we go down the list and have a little bit of a look, we've got a beautiful Raichu card, another beautiful Rayquaza, a nice Groudon and Kyogre. I love the gold writing in the EX Ruby and Sapphire era, that's for sure. Coming in at number 18, we have ourselves the infamous Call of Legends. Call of Legends released in February 2011. It's also from the series Call of Legends, of which it is the only set in that series. With a total value of just under $4.5 grand US, $4,458.15. We have some beautiful cards in this set. We've got the Rayquaza Holo, we have the Lugia, the Ho-Oh, the Groudon, the Suicune. Beautiful, shiny, legendary cards. As you can see, some of the best cards around. These energies are absolutely phenomenal. These are actually my favorite energies from any set in Pokemon ever. I think the energies just with the silhouette of the Pokemon in the background are absolutely beautiful. Coming in next at number 17, we have ourselves Prismatic Evolutions. That's right. Releasing only in January this year as part of the Scarlet and Violet series at just over $4.5 grand, $4,676 with 35 cents change, we have ourselves the infamous Prismatic Evolutions. Headed up by the beautiful Sunbreon card, or Moonbreon. I still call the one from Evolving Skies the Moonbreon. I call this the Sunbreon, but call it what you like. It's still a beautiful card. We have the lovely Evolution supporting it. Look, I'm not the hugest fans of the crowns, I'll be honest, I never have been. However, they are really nice cards. Personally, I think the rainbow borders look quite good with them. As we go down, we've got the beautiful Shinji Kanda Roaring Moon. We also have that lovely Dragapult card. And then we have the first English printing of Master Balls and Pokeballs as well. So with all those SIRs and alt arts in the set, no wonder it's already in the top 20. In at number 16, we have ourselves Cosmic Eclipse. Released in November of 2019, part of the Sun and Moon era, going in at just under $4,800 US. Cosmic Eclipse is a banger of a set. In my opinion, the best set of Sun and Moon, although prices would argue that, and we'll get to that a little bit later. However, what do we have in this set? We've got ourselves the Full Art Alt Art ADP, the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, the Full Art Reshiram and Zekrom GX. I am a huge fan of this Blastoise and Piplup. There are some lovely cards. The Lily's Full Force. The red and blue is actually one of my favorite, if not my favorite trainer card of all time. The Zekrom Reshiram. We have some Ultra Beast cards as well. All round, a really nice set in Cosmic Eclipse. Following on in number 15, we have ourselves Neo Destiny. Jumping back in the time tunnel all the way to 2002 as part of the Neo series, Neo Destiny goes for just shy of $4,900 US, $4,828 with 51 cents. In this set, we have the Shining Charizard, which, in my opinion, it might be a controversial opinion here, isn't actually the best card in the set. For me, I think the Shining Mewtwo and Tyranitar are by far the two best cards in this set, but obviously not as popular as Charizard. We've got the Shining Raichu and Kabutops, which are also very nice cards. We also have dark cards like the Dark Gengar and the Dark Espeon. All round, just a beautiful set. We've got the Light Dragonite, a couple of light cards in this set as well. So a really well-rounded set, no surprise it's found its way into the top 20. In at number 14, we have ourselves Fire Red Leaf Green. Another one from EX Ruby and Sapphire, and I think that will be a common trend on this list as we go. Just shy of $4,900 US again, a little bit more than our last set. We have the Charizard EX heading up this set, which is a really nice Charizard card. The Gengar is a very unique Gengar. The Blastoise is a really nice looking card. Obviously, with a name like Fire Red and Leaf Green, all of these Pokemon are going to be from the original 151. We also have the Cracked Hollow Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos, which are beautiful cards. The Gyarados is quite a nice card. All in all, a really cool set. A lovely Haunter there as well, which is really nice. Yeah, no surprise that's found its way on the list where it is. In at number 13, we have ourselves Evolving Skies. That's right, the infamous Evolving Skies. Released in August 2021, part of the Sword and Shield era. Going for just shy of $5,000 US. This set just keeps going from strength to strength. I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years this is in the top 10. Heading off the set with that beautiful Umbreon, the Moonbreon. We have the Rayquaza as well, which in my opinion is actually the best card in the set. When I first saw this set come out, I had to have that Rayquaza. Luckily enough, I did end up purchasing it at some point not too far after it started to dip, so I got it for a decent price. But I think this is just such a nice card. We've got the Evolution VMAXs backing it up as support. We've got this beautiful Sleepy Dragonite, which I also think is one of the best cards, if not the second best card in the set. I actually like that probably more than the Moonbreon as well. We have the Vs of their VMAX equivalent in their alt arts as well of all the Evolutions. We have Rainbows, we have Full Arts, some Gold Energies. All in all, Evolving Skies is just an absolutely packed set. Not surprised at all to see it in this top 20. And I don't think I'll be very surprised if in a few years this starts jumping up towards the top 10 and even further. And in at number 12, we have ourselves Dragon Frontiers. Again from the Ruby and Sapphire era. Like I said, we're going to see plenty of that on this list. Coming in at just shy of $5,500 US. We have ourselves, in my opinion, the best Ruby and Sapphire set. I know some people wouldn't agree with that, but for me, it is the best set in that era. We've got the beautiful Gold Star Mew, the beautiful Gold Star Charizard, a lovely Dragonite, Rayquaza, and Tyranitar EX as well. As we come down, the Salamence is an absolutely beautiful card. The Snorlax is a nice card. I love the gold lettering on these Ruby and Sapphire cards. It's absolutely phenomenal, deserving its spot just outside the top 10. Coming in at number 11, we have ourselves EX Deoxys. Again from the Ruby and Sapphire era, coming in at just shy of $5,700 US. We have probably my second favorite set from this era. We have the Latios and Latias Gold Star cards. My favorite Rayquaza card of all time, the Gold Star Rayquaza, which is just a beautiful card. The Rayquaza EX and the Secret Rare Raikou are really cool as well. Again, the gold lettering on these cards on the reverses is phenomenal. I really like that Gyarados. I think that dark-looking Salamence is also really cool. The Sharpedo is phenomenal. The Jirachi is a very unique card. The Ray's really nice. Again, the Jirachi, even in the reverse, or not, sorry, in the holo, not reverse, is a beautiful card. The Sableye is really different. The Deoxys itself is really different. It's just a really cool set. I wouldn't be surprised if in a few years this one ends up in the top 10. And starting off our top 10, we have ourselves Team Up. That's right, the set that is the talk of the town at the moment, releasing in February 2019 as part of the Sun and Moon era, coming in at just shy of $6,500 US. Team Up is a heavy hitter of a set. We have the Latios Lovebirds card. We have plenty of Gengar Mimikyus, the alt arts, of course, really going strong at the moment and just getting more expensive from day to day. I think that Magikarp Whale Lord is a beautiful card, really funny card. We also have the Snorlax Eevee cards in this set. For me, like I said, not as good as Cosmic Eclipse, but another really cool Pokemon set from the end of the Sun and Moon era. The tag team era was really where they hit their straps. In at number 9, we have ourselves Delta Species. Delta Species, released in October 2005, also as part of the Ruby and Sapphire era again, going for just north of $7,000 US. It is, in my opinion, probably not the best Ruby and Sapphire set, but obviously people disagree with me. We've got the Gold Star Metagross and Groudon. We've got an Umbreon, Dragonite, and Vaporeon rounding out the top 5. Some nice cards. The Rayquaza's pretty decent. The Mewtwo's nice. It has a really cool lineup. The Dragonite is a nice card. My favorite part of this set is probably the Dittos. I love the Squirtle Ditto, the Charmander Ditto. I'm pretty sure there's a Pikachu and a Bulbasaur as well. Yep, there we go. It's just a really funny card. I must admit, I am a little surprised it found its way this high on the list, but I'm not surprised at all that it's on the list. In at number 8, we have ourselves Unseen Forces. From August 2005, again, believe it or not, from the Ruby and Sapphire era. I think at least half of these sets are actually from the Ruby and Sapphire era. At just north of $7,500 US, we have a banger of a set. I still don't think as good as Dragon Frontiers, but a really cool set. The Lugia is a lovely card. The Suicune's nice. The Umbreon is really nice. I think that suits the Umbreon well. There's some nice cards as we go down. All fan favorites as well, which I think helps the set. Again, I am a little bit surprised that this set made the top 10, but I'm also not surprised that it is in the top 20 because anything from Fire Red and Leaf Green seems to go for an absolute fortune. Next up, at number 7, we have ourselves Holland Phantoms. Look, if Dragon Frontiers is my favorite set from the Ruby and Sapphire era, Holland Phantoms has actually got to be a close second. It is better than Delta Species, coming in at just under $8,500 US. This set is an absolute banger. The Pikachu Gold Star is probably the nicest Pikachu card I've ever seen. The Gyarados Gold Star is also phenomenal. The Mewtwo Gold Star is a lovely card. The Rayquaza is really nice. The Mew is really nice. I love this evil look that they've got on the Pokemon with the Gyarados and the Rayquaza and the Mewtwo. It's just a really well-themed set, a really nice set, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this set starts creeping in the top 5 within the next few years. A tough act to follow. In at number 6, we have Pop Series 5. Again, from the Ruby and Sapphire era, released in March 2007. It's giving us a set value of $1,900, but I think it's confusing the Gold Star Umbreon with the one from Celebrations. I worked it out myself and it works out to be just shy of $9,000 US. We don't have a huge set in Pop Series 5, but we do have some really heavy hitters. The Umbreon Gold Star, of course, is one of the most expensive cards in all of Pokemon. The Espeon Gold Star is also beautiful. The Mew Delta Species card is really nice. The Pikachu riding the Whale Lord is really cool. The Lugia is actually a really nice card, and whilst it might be a small set, all it needed was those couple of real big hitters to pop it just outside the top 5. And now we're on the home stretch. Starting out our top 5, we have ourselves Expedition. Going all the way back to September 2002 and part of the E-Series cards, at just shy of $12,000, Expedition is where we start getting into the really expensive cards. We're now talking north of $10,000 US. In my opinion, I don't actually think it's actually that good of a set. The Charizard to me is pretty meh. The Blastoise to me is kind of average. I do love the Mewtwo and how he's trying to do the Matrix pose there, almost like they took the name Neo of the set very literally. The Dragonite's really cool, and I do like the pose of that Charizard, the reverse holo. However, the rest of the set I feel has a little bit to be desired. The Mew's a lovely card. The Gengar's very different. The Feraligator's pretty cool. The Tyranitar is pretty awesome. But apart from that, it doesn't have my favorite arts. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets knocked out of the top 5 in the next few years. But again, E-Series very hard to get their hands on. So I think the scarcity of it is what also helps elevate it into that top 5. And coming in at number 4, we have ourselves Team Rocket Returns. Released in October 2004 and again from the Ruby and Sapphire era, at just shy of $12,000 US, this set to me is an absolute banger. The Torchic Gold Star is ridiculously cute. The Mewtwo EX is really cool. The Snorlax is quite funny. The Articuno is very different. The Mudkip Gold Star is also a really cute card. I love the Moltres, the Scizor, the Dark Dragonite. That's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite Dragonite cards of all time. Again, like Holland Phantoms, I just really like the evil look that they've got going on in a lot of these Pokemon, like they're up to something suspicious. Even that Sneasel card is really different and cool. So not surprised that this set is in our top 5. I wouldn't be surprised if it went a bit higher or definitely maintained this spot over time. And now moving into the real heavy hitters, starting off our top 3, we have ourselves the Legendary Collection. Released in May 2004 and part of, again, like Call of Legends, a series that only has one set in it. The series is Legendary Collection, coming in at just under $14,000 US. This set to me is an absolute banger. We have the OG printings of a lot of cards. We have the reprint of the original Charizard from base set, the reprint of the Jungle Pikachu. We've got the Dark Dragonite from Team Rocket. We've got the Snorlax from Jungle. And they've given him this really unique reverse holo pattern, which for those of you who were around in those days, I'm pretty sure they stole this off the fake cards because they looked pretty much the same. But I think it looks really cool. I really liked the fake cards and I really like the reverse holo pattern they've gone with here. Not only do we have those fan favorite cards, we've got them in a beautiful reverse holo. The Dark Blastoise is one of my favorite cards of all time, but we also have them in their holo variants as well. I'm not surprised at all that Legendary Collection is this high on the list. If anything, I'm actually shocked that it's not higher. I thought it probably would have been number 1. And in at number 2, just missing the top spot, we have ourselves Aquapolis. Also from the E-Series, released in January 2003, going for just shy of $15,000 US. We're talking big money now. This set is a really cool set. For me, it is actually, I think, my favorite of the E-Series era. We have the beautiful Crystal Lugia, the really nice Crystal Nidoking, the Tyranitar's really cool. The Houndoom, there's probably a bit much going on for me, but it is a nice card. The Umbreon's really nice, and just a whole heap of really, really nice cards. That coupled with the fact that E-Series cards are quite hard to get your hands on. They are the last of the Wizards of the Coast era, so they are a little bit scarce. Plus, because they were meant to be swiped in the game, finding them in a good copy is ridiculously hard. So coming in at number 2, we have Aquapolis. And now, to finish things off, our number 1 most expensive set in all of Pokemon history, we have ourselves Skyridge. Beating out its E-Series companion, we have Skyridge. Released in May 2003, $10,000 US more than the second most expensive set at just shy of $25,000 US. What an absolutely huge sum of money. Skyridge is the creme de la creme of set values. Now, in fairness, I think it's a little bit overrated in terms of the cards themselves. I actually don't think Skyridge is that good of a set. However, it is the last set of the Wizards of the Coast era. Because of that, it was very heavily underprinted, and then they moved on to their own printing. So due to that, there weren't many of these cards around, and because they're so scarce, they have kept their value very well. We have the Crystal Celebi as well as the Crystal Charizard, which is a nice card, but again, not my favorite Charizard. I'd take the Gold Star over that any day of the week. The Gengar, to me, I don't love it. I think there's better Gengars. I also think there's better Gyarados cards out there. The Houndoom is a nice card, and it is stacked with really popular Pokemon, which also I think makes it worth quite a bit of money. But there we have it. The number 1 Pokemon set in terms of set value in all of Pokemon's history, going to Skyridge. Well, that does it for our top 20 most expensive Pokemon card sets in all of Pokemon history. Leave me a comment down below to let me know if there were any surprises in that list for you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give that like button a little tickle down below. And while you're there, you may as well hit the subscribe button as well. Turn the notifications on while you're at it. I hope you have a great day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much, guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.